What was your life like before growing kids?
FRUSTRATING. I find it COCOULD. I could. NOT. Could not. COMMUNICATE. I could not communicate.
Thank you.
I don't care for the term special needs. Having relationships with people, getting a meaningful education, contributing to this world through meaningful work is not a special need, it's a human need. Growing Kids Therapy Center is, I think, a pretty special place. We are focused exclusively on working with non-speaking, minimally speaking, and unreliably speaking individuals and their families. We see people from 4.5 up to any age, and we teach them the purposeful motor skills in order to spell to communicate. My background is as a speech-language pathologist, and I've been practicing for about 27, 28 years now, and for my entire career I worked with people with complex communication challenges. So autism was one, but also people with genetic syndromes or deletions or other complex disabilities. And I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that the non-speaking individuals that I worked with were in there, that they were intelligent, partly because they outsmarted me way too many times for it to be just chance. And I had seen some various methods that used spelling as a form of communication. And I looked at my clients and looked at what I knew and really changed a focus to motor instead of cognition or behavior. Our non-speakers, there's a breakdown between planning and execution, and that's what we come in and teach. So at Growing Kids Therapy Center, we use spelling to communicate, or S2C. S2C is a method that teaches purposeful motor skills so that individuals who are non-speaking, minimally speaking, or unreliably speaking can accurately develop the motor to point to letters on an increasingly complex series of letterboards. Communication gives you access, agency, and autonomy. As skills progress, as they become more and more open, they really show their own thoughts and opinions through creative writing in those lessons.
Before we found spelling to communicate, I didn't know a lot about Calvin. I was going by what other people told me, like doctors and therapists and teachers, and turns out that really wasn't the real Calvin.
I used to say they surprise me all the time. Now I don't get surprised as much because I think that they are capable of so much more than anyone has ever dreamed of.
I realized that behind his facade, there's really an intelligent person. And now that he's able to express, we see his true self and his potential.
You know, I think that we take communication for granted in our day-to-day lives, and you know, we've all had our own experiences of times where we felt that we couldn't communicate. And that's frustrating for somebody who can open their mouth at any point in time and say what they need to say. So I can't imagine what it is like to have so much going on and have so much to say and so many feelings and never be able to express that. So it is extremely important to me that everyone get that opportunity.
B, E, F, O, R, E. After I started seeing EV, everything changed.
They've just opened my eyes to a life that I didn't know people were living, right? A life of silence, and they're just going through the motions, but nobody's ever really given them the chance to speak up for themselves. All right, so life before growing kids was lonely because nobody thought I was in here.